What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon Showdown today in the Zero Use tier, and using this team I made around Eviolite Dusclops. Of course, Dusknoir is also allowed in Zero Use, so if you're going to be using Dusclops, the main reason you'd probably be wanting to use it is for the Eviolite set, since with that and its base 130 defenses, it's way bulkier than Dusknoir. Unfortunately, neither of them have great HP. What is this guy? He's got base 45 HP, 135 defenses, so slightly better defenses. But Eviolite, if you don't know, if the guy isn't a fully evolved Pokemon, its defenses and special defense are multiplied by 1.5. So it might be the bulkiest thing there is with the Eviolite in terms of its like defense stats. You know, having 130 defense and not being a fully evolved Pokemon is kind of crazy. So this thing has almost 600 defense with an Eviolite and max defense and a bold nature. And it has really good special defense too. Was that like 450 or so? And because we're using Eviolite Dusclops, the only kind of team this thing really fits on, I think, is like a stally or bulkier team, which I'm not really a whole lot of experience in playing. I don't think I've really ever made a team like this, but I thought this was the best way to try and get Dusclops to work. So that's what we're doing today. Let's go over the rest of the team real quick, and then we'll get into the games. So, but if you weren't to want to run a stall like team or a stally Dusclops, it does learn Calm Mind, and I was considering doing that, like Calm Mind with Ice Beam and Shadow Ball, or Mono Ice Beam Rest Talk, Calm Mind, something like that. But I also wanted to use like some of the cool moves that just Dusclops gets, or Dusclops can make use of as a ghost type. So that's why I'm going with this set. You get to do a lot of like the fun ghost things, and also because it's, you know, like spooky season, Halloween's coming, it sounded fun to try and like lean into that more. So we get to use Curse as a ghost type, which halves our health and makes our opponent take, I believe it's like 25% at the end of each turn. Yeah, we lose half our health, and then the target loses 25% of their health at the end of each turn. So that's quite a bit of damage. It's not like, you know, not going to force something out immediately, but it's going to be hard to heal through it. Which I thought would be pretty cool. This thing like is immune to body press, and also having Curse and Will-O-Wisp makes it pretty disruptive. So if they try and, you know, Curse is kind of relevant also because these two moves, like Komala is literally immune to both of them, being a normal type and already immune to status. This thing doesn't get Toxic anymore or Seismic Toss, otherwise both of those moves would be nice for it. But Curse lets us do something to those like normal types. And then again, for recovery, you could go with Rest, but I don't really want to run Rest unless we have Sleep Talk, and that would just leave us with two moves, and we're not going to be able to fit everything we want. So we're going with Pain Split. Dusclops, like we already looked at, has pretty bad HP. So even with max HP, its HP is not very low, kind of like Rotom. So Pain Split's pretty good for it. And then Pressure just lets us, you know, reduce our opponent's PP even more when they use attacks on us. And because we're going with a Fizz Def one, I thought Terra Water would kind of be the best Terra type. Then we resist water from like those strong water attackers like Floatzel or Basculin, or even resisting ice if we need to, versus like maybe a Sneasel. You don't really want to be in on a Sneasel, but I thought, you know, we don't really want to lose our item ever, but if we had to, being a water type then would be better versus Sneasel. This thing though is really bulky. I think it has potential, but it needs a lot of support. Pretty much it's just a ghost type that can like spin block and also be a physical wall, but like it doesn't have reliable recovery. It's easily walled, so it doesn't like have good coverage. It's really passive. The first thing I wanted to pair with it was Knockoff Absorber, since we don't want to lose our Eviolite. And I actually have two. We've got Dipplin and Muck. Dipplin and Muck, I think both people are pretty used to seeing already, but with Sticky Hold, Dipplin can't be knocked off, and it can't be Trick or Switcheroo either, which could be pretty annoying for our team. And Muck, same thing, Sticky Hold, except we have leftovers because Muck doesn't have recovery like Dipplin does in recover. And also Muck kind of pairs well with Dipplin in resisting Fairy, which is kind of annoying. Both of them can be like phasers. Dipplin can Dragon Tail and Muck can Haze. Dipplin's bulk is also like pretty crazy. If you compare it to Dusclops, it's actually kind of comparable because it's got way more HP than Dusclops has. Dipplin though is kind of able to like be a little bit of a setup sweeper for a stall team. We do have the Giga Drain plus Dragon Tail, so growth boosts our attack and special attack, boosting both of these moves, and we can either just phase out guys, which is nice if hazards are up, which we do have, and or guys are setting up, or they're trying to reposition and get in a guy that has a better matchup versus Dipplin. We can just keep clicking that Dragon Tail and wearing things down. Then we have Recover, and then I'm going with Terra Fairy so that we could maybe resist knockoff, since we don't have a knockoff resist, like a dark resist otherwise. So we also are really weak to ice as a grass dragon type. So if with Terra Fairy we could like take on Sneasel a little bit better, and Sneasel is one of those guys that I thought would be annoying for Dusclops. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, you can go Terra Poison, Terra Steel. There's a lot of different Terra types, but I kind of liked Dipplin since it can be a knockoff absorber. It's another physical wall as well, so take some pressure off of Dusclops. And then Muck, just looking at it a little bit more. I'm going with Leftovers since we don't have recovery otherwise. I kind of wanted to go with Rest. This thing also gets Pain Split, but it's got way more HP, so I didn't think Pain Split would be as good. But you could go like Rest Talk, but if you go with Rest Talk, you're limited to 2 moves, and that would pretty much just make it so you have to run Poison Jab Knockoff if you want to run Rest Talk. And I don't want to run just those 2 moves. I definitely want Haze, and I think Toxic is really nice to give us like some way of wearing our opponent's team down, since if things are immune to hazards, if you know, we're just in general aren't going to be dealing a whole lot of damage. So if we're able to get a Toxic on stuff, it'll put things on a timer. You know, just wearing things down with status would give us another win condition. And I'm going with Toxic over Toxic Spikes just because there's some pretty common and really good poison types like Quillfish, both of the Jotonian and Hisuian Quillfish. Even Muck itself is pretty good. So Toxic would let us not, you know, have it just avoided by it getting absorbed, but also we could just Toxic, you know, like a Cramorant or something, or a Decidueye with heavy duty boots. I don't know. Toxic is a little bit more controlled, and being a poison type we can't miss. So, and then Haze, you know, removes boosts. This guy is Spit F, so it could like haze a Quiver Dancer, or it could haze a Calm Mind guy maybe. We're going with Terra Dark, so we could lose our Psychic weakness and boost our knockoff, so that would allow us to haze like some of those stored power guys potentially. But it could get pretty hairy. This team, by no means, like I've said, I'm not very good at playing stall or made a team with stall, like a stall team before. So there's probably a lot of weaknesses. So we will be kind of testing it out as we're going here. I'm excited about it still. I just kind of wanted to try it out. Then we got Cramorant. Something I thought was kind of annoying for all of our guys here was like Volt switching. And this was like, honestly, the hardest role for the team to fill, I think. The only other thing besides Camera Up that I was like kind of content with was Lantern, but Lantern just takes over half from an energy ball from a Vikable anyways. I think Camera Up is like the only thing before Terastallizing. Like if you Terra Fairy or Terra Flying a Lantern, you know, you're kind of covered. But I didn't want to have to Terra in order to do those things. So with being a fire ground type, we resist bug. We aren't weak to energy ball. We're not weak to grass, and we're immune to electric. So and Vikavolt's, I think, the most annoying one, but Jolteon's another very common one, obviously. I think probably the only other really common one. And then there's like the Brotoms, but we might not want to get tricked, so we might want to go Muck, but we don't want to get Will-O-Wisps either, so maybe Camera Ups would be nice. But Camera Ups I liked for that reason. It's also a rocker, and it's got really good coverage moves. Solid Rock's not like a horrible ability. It's not very durable still though. We have leftovers since we have no recovery otherwise. Then we're going with like some mixed attacks because we actually have pretty good attacking stats. This might be the strongest thing on our team actually, but it can spread status with Lava Plume. You go with Scorching Sands, but I'm just going with Earthquake since it's a little stronger. Then we have Rock Slide to hit flying types, since this thing is our without Terastallizing our best fire resist, I think, which isn't great since it's, I think, 2-hit KO'd by like some of the strongest fire attackers like Specs Typhlosion could 2-hit KO us. But I think if we don't have to switch in, you know, they're gonna not be able to go for 2 full powered eruptions, since we'll hit them with an eruption or an earthquake. But Rock Slide lets us hit the like Charizard or Articuno. I think it's nice coverage. Otherwise we'd go with Roar, but we have Haze, Dragon Tail, and another Haze guy here, so I didn't think we needed another phasing move, but maybe, I don't know. Then we got Cryogonal. I like this because it can haze, and also it's a rapid spinner, and it's pretty bulky on the special side, so all those things are really nice for the team. Levitate is like kind of relevant in some situations to be immune to you know, ground, of course. It also has reliable recovery and recover. Just going with Terra Dragon to resist fire as an ice type, you know. It would give us a resistance to grass too, or water, which could be nice. Some of those special wall breakers I'm pretty scared of, like a Specs Clotzer looks pretty rough, especially without like maybe Terra Water on this, or Terra Water on this. Terra Fairy on this, Terra Water on this will kind of help, but Specs Clotzers, they have moves for like almost everything, so without like a super Spit F guy like a Snorlax, you know, it's pretty scary. And then the last guy we got is Earthworm. So we have Stealth Rocks and Camera Ups, and I wanted a Spiker since Spikes can do more damage than Stealth Rocks if you get up multiple layers, and it's not like resisted. It's just immune by like flying and levitating guys, but spikes will deal better damage to stuff that it's like just pure ground types, you know? So we can stack spikes with Orthworm. It's also another ground immunity. It's a steel type, which is really nice. So we've got some good resistances, and it can also be like a bulky setup sweeper kind of with iron defense, heavy slam, body press. So this thing is actually, I think, a lot more scary with Dusclops on our team, because Dusclops can beat pretty much every other body press guy that there is, like iron defense or coil body press. Dusclops can beat them, which makes our Orthworm even scarier. So we don't have to run coil, I don't think, in order to beat those like Terra Ghost guys, you know. So our steel move will do more damage to those guys that are boosting, because we have Dusclops on our team. So we get to run heavy slam instead, which I think is better in general against a lot of things. It'll end up being weaker if we were to have boosted with coil, of course, but we have the Dusclops, so I don't think we need that. And then we just have the strong body press and then iron defense, and going with this mixed EV spread still. With Earth Eater, we're immune to ground. Going with Terra Ghost like normal, just in case. But I don't know, I like how the team looks. I think there's a lot of weaknesses it has, and I'm probably not going to play it the best, but I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to use Dusclops. So hopefully we can get the team to work pretty well. Let's get in the games. All right, we got one, and we're up against Sun. Initially, one of the things I was trying was a Farigiraf with Sap Sipper and Terra Fire, because I was like, ooh, that thing's like very good against Sun. As you can see, we're not using it, but it would be nice. We don't have a great fire resist, as I already said. We have the Camerupt. Dipplin isn't weak to fire. It's not gonna take the hits very well. Terra Water Muck, honestly, like would just be weak to a grass if we Terra it. So I mean, staying as a poison type is fine. Dusclops, we can Terra Water and live a single fire hit, you know, a super strong one, but we're not gonna be able to Oko something. We also can't burn Scovillain. So, I mean, our Muck's probably the best thing to deal with the Scovillain, right? Or I guess Terra Dragon Cryogonal. I forgot about that guy. So Terra Dragon Cryogonal, Muck and Dipplin, I think, can deal with Root Bonnet. Passimian is dealt with by Dipplin, but Dusclops could deal with it. We just don't want to get knocked. Orthworm shuts down their Avalugg, and it's their only hazard control, so yeah, it's kind of nice. I also was thinking about running a sub Dusclops at first. That could have been nice, but all right. So I think maybe we just lead with Orthworm in case they lead with the Avalugg. We can 2-hit KO them. If they lead this, we'll just go into Dipplin. Just U-turn. That did a lot. I think it was just because it was a crit. All right. We'll just go back into Orthworm. I don't know if this thing has Sunny Day. I don't think it would. I think it's probably just Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, and then the 2 moves. So let's go for a Body Press first. Okay, Mesprit comes out. Okay, this is Heat Rock for sure. We could go into Camerupt and get up rocks. I kind of like that. Problem is they're going to get in their guy before. Ooh, they won't actually. All right, cool. So we get our rocks up. So rocks are going to hit whatever comes in. We do have Dusclops to spin block versus the Avalugg. Okay, cool. And we could Terra Grass. If we really wanted to, we could Terra Grass. Which we actually probably need to do in order to take a hit. Scovillain. They could be specs. They took rocks damage, so... Oh, we actually take it. Is that right? Say they're +1 though. So we could hit this thing with a Rock Slide or an Earthquake. Earthquake is more reliable, so we should probably go for that. Yeah. And we could always Terra Grass the following turn if we want, but it'll probably be too late. And the other thing is this could just be Life Orbed, so I don't think we want to Terra. I think we just Earthquake. All right, Terra Fire, Fire Blast. And we live that, let's go, our Fire Resist. If I Terra Grassed, I would have been so pissed. All right, nice. Brute Bonnet comes out. Then we go into the Dipplin. Though this thing can growth and be pretty scary. What if instead we sack this, we Lava Plume, and then we go Cryogonal and Haze if they boost. So yeah, that works. And now we can go Dipplin. They actually Terra'd. But this thing also has close combat for Earthworm. I was going to say they couldn't Terra Fire or Terra Blast. I think we got to go Dipplin. I think we got to go for the Dragon Tail or Recover. How much does this guy do to us? Dipplin, Brute Bonnet. In the sun. Oh, and they're also probably loaded dice. Okay. Crunch doesn't do that much. I'm gonna Recover. Okay. So we're gonna be in the similar position if I were to have Dragon Tailed right away. As long as we don't miss. Okay, Lantern, that's actually best case scenario for us. We can't block their Volt Switch anymore though. This thing also does get Ice Beam. I wonder who their other Sunsetter is. It could be Brute Bonnet. This thing is Heavy Duty Boots. I think I like Cryogonal. They just Volt Switch. Okay. Passimian comes out. I mean, we could just go Dusclops and let it get burned here. Or knocked. I think that might be better than risking the Dipplin, unfortunately. So hopefully we don't get knocked. Alright, we get knocked. But we can Will-O-Wisp something. So if we Will-O-Wisp this, that's not that bad. I'm a Pain Split. We're going to get a lot back if they stay in, but... Brute Bonnet. Alright, we're back. Then we can Will-O-Wisp. Look at us living that! Oh, nice! And we miss. Sick. Alright. It would have been cool to hit that. Yeah, it would have been cool, but that's fine. I think we might be able to kill this with a Freeze Dry. Nothing really wants to take a Freeze Dry, so Sucker Punch would do a lot. Or we can go into Muck and Poison Jab. But Muck might be the best thing besides Dipplin. I think we just go into... No, Cryogonal is kind of nice for the... Yeah, I think we go with this. And we just click Poison Jab. They should die. We're going to take a lot, but I don't think we'll die. They go Lantern. Okay. And with a knockoff. Okay, they're just this set. So the Rest Talk. So that means they don't have... I don't think they have Ice Beam. So as long as they don't get Volt Switch, we can recover here. Cool. And I'm gonna recover one more time. We can hit him with a Giga Drain, but they could also just go into the Brute Bonnet. I'm gonna just recover. In comes Avalugg. Alright, so they're gonna spin. We do have Earthworm though. As long as they don't have Body Press, like we can deal with them pretty well. Nothing really wants to take a Body Press. It's pretty good. Now we can go into the Dipplin. And Dipplin, I mean, they'll be able to go Avalugg. Also, I could tear Ghost, but no, I don't think we want to tear Ghost. If we tear a Fairy Dipplin... Oh, cool. Alright, so we could recover or we could Giga Drain anticipating Avalugg. I think we Giga Drain in case, because without the sun, this thing's gonna not be doing as much, and we just about killed that thing, which is kind of crazy. Then we go Earthworm again. They have the Custap? No? So they were sturdy boots. Did that body press? Okay, they go Lantern. We are slower than them. Think we go Diplin. I mean, Dusclops was pretty nice, like, I think it could have burned this if we hit it. It would have been great against Apolug if it didn't die. The team's working though as a whole, so I think we'll be able to win this one. It might just take a little bit longer. Like rest. And then we just growth. We could even Terra Fairy if we want. We'll take more from the other thing. Then we just Dragon Tail. Okay, Lantern. All right. And they hard switched last time. Let's recover again. All right, we'll Dragon Tail again. They could get defense drops. All right, we do miss. Dragon Tail. Defense drop. All right, we hit that one. That's good. Avalug comes out. Then we go Orthworm. Oh, they do have body press. All right. Can get hairy then. If they're max speed, they outspeed us and can kill us here. I think that's all right. All right, we just hit that thing. I think we could tear a Ghost and then just body press. But they could also just go for a U-turn. If I tear Ghost in Iron Defense, as I go for close combat, I kind of like that. And now we can 2-hit KO this. And I don't think either of these things will kill us now. We do have some Spidef. Come on. All right, we don't get burned. That's good. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually live their crunch too. But we also have the freeze dry for this. And we have Muck for that. I think Diplin can take one more hit from Persimmon. And we're faster. No way. I wasn't sure if we would be. I thought they would be faster. Nice. Well, that worked out pretty well. All right, we got one. I just went pee, so time. They're telling me to go. All right, what do we got here? Offense, it looks like, but they also have the Lurantis, which is pretty scary. With the superpower Leaf Storm, but we do have Diplin. That's pretty good versus it. Maybe they lead Dugtrio to get Brox or something. I'm not 100% sure. I think let's lead Camerupt. It could be good against Magneton, I was thinking, which could be annoying. And if they go with this, we can just go into Diplin or even Orthworm. So let's go Orthworm. I don't think this thing is analytic. I mean, Magnet Pull. No way they're Magnet Pull. Let's go for Spikes. They also have to defog if they want to get rid of our hazards, so let's get up Spikes. All right, Rotom. I think we go Diplin over Muck. Because, I mean, neither of them really want to get burns. Maybe we go Camerupt. Yeah, let's do Camerupt. They trick? They Shadow Ball. I think they're Choice Specs. That did way too much. I don't think they could do that much damage unless they were Choice Specs. So we could just hit this, but then we're gonna lose our Camerupt. Or we could double into Muck. I think let's just double into Muck. All right. Not great, and now I'm letting this take some damage, which we probably don't really want it to take for the Lurantis, but that's all right, maybe. Let's knock off. They sacked a trio. We don't even kill. And they were sashed. Okay, cool. Let's go back into Earthworm. All right. And do we go for another spike or we just heavy slam? We go for another spike. This thing does get Endeavor. I didn't know it got Endeavor. I was like, this thing doesn't get reversal, does it? All right, well, I wish I killed it there. I don't think we're dead to a Stone Edge still. I'm on Iron Defense. Just to make sure we don't die to something. But then we'll finish him off with, then we'll go for a Heavy Slam in case this comes in. So we actually hit it. Cool. All right, so we can go camera up to block their Volt Switch, but we cannot take 2 Shadow Balls. So I guess we could go Diplin and recover. Actually, yeah, I think Diplin's fine because they have Tauros and Lycanroc. I think Dusclops might be able to deal with those. This, we could recover. All right. Not, we're here. I have to keep recovering. All right, and they just sack that. Cool. All right, what comes out? Lurantis? Okay, they're just gonna defog, I think. So could go Muck and like Toxic or Knockoff. Or we just Dragon Tail, weaken them. So then they can't recover. Oh, they just Synthesis. Alright, and we miss. I think I'm just gonna defog, but I don't know, maybe they don't. Okay, they just knock off. Well, we can't be knocked. Cool. So maybe they don't have not recover, defog. Maybe they don't have defog. Knock off. No, they definitely would, but maybe they don't want to because their rocker's gone. But Leaf Storm, Superpower, knock off Synthesis. I think they usually run defog though. All right. Well, we can hit this with a Dragon Tail. Terra Dark on Muck could be good to then better deal with this. Let's just hit him with a Dragon Tail, do a big chunk. They have Terra Ice. That's kind of funny. All right, well, we could Rapid Spin now. And their Terra's out of the way. That's actually pretty good. Let's go into this. That's Rapid Spin. Lurantis might die from Rapid Spin into Freeze Dry if they do try and go into it now. And if they go into this, we have Tauros. I mean, I'm saying the wrong things. If they go into this, we got Dusclops. So yeah, let's hope they don't have a defog. And now we have 3 layers of spikes up. This guy comes out. It's Heavy Duty Boots. Okay. Guessing they're going to go for a Flash Cannon. We can hit him with a Nightshade. They don't have a whole lot of HP on this thing. We don't want this to take a whole lot of damage, though. We could sack Orthworm at this point, maybe? I think we sack Orthworm and then we can go Camerupt. Oh, cool. They just Steel Beam. I think Camerupt can take that. And we can go for a Lava Plume. Kill something. Burn something. Nice. All right. I wish I went for Rocks. I didn't think they would kill themselves, but I guess that makes sense. All right, this guy comes back. Could go into Cryogonal. I wonder, can Cryogonal take a Specs Rotom's hit? Rotom +1. Oh yeah, we could take that. Pretty well, actually. Let's recover. We are faster too. All right, so they have to get a Spidef drop. How much does, if they've Terra Electric or Rapid Spin, if they've Terra Iced? Freeze Dry does not do very much. Oh, I guess we can haze the Spit F drop if we get Spit F dropped. Or we just go, maybe I should have gone Muck and Terra Darked, actually. Freeze Dry is like a 4-hit KO at this point. Let's just go with the Freeze Dry. Alright, we get Spit F dropped. So now at -1, we're taking... Looks like it could maybe do 50, so I was like, let's try once. Alright. Consistently doing over 50. So we could go into Muck and Terra Dark if we want. Or I just sack this thing. I think let's just sack this thing. Alright. Then we can go Muck. We could Terra Dark. I think I'd rather just knock off. Actually, Poison Jab or knock off? Yeah, I think we knock off. I don't want to Terra Dark. Oh, right. They just switch into this. Get rid of their leftovers, and they can't Terra this anymore. Should just knock it out with this, and we're faster? Nice, that's pretty good. Okay, Lycanroc comes out. We go right into Dusclops. What do they have? SD? Oh. We can take that. Not well. Hey, but we hit our burn this time. That's pretty good. Alright, we could sack Camerupt. That did a lot of damage. We could sack Camerupt, then go Muck. Or we hope Muck can beat Tauros. Then we have to sack Camerupt. Because I don't think we can take another one. That did crazy amounts of damage, man. They SD'd again? Maybe Muck could take one. But I don't know if Dusclops can take a hit from Rotom. Go for a knock. Yeah, this thing is insane. Damn it. Our Dusclops was overwhelmed. That's crazy. Maybe I underestimated how much the second one would do. Or overestimated, I mean. Let's see. The first one did 69. And then they SD'd on the Switch. Burn halves the power, so I think it would just half the damage. What I was thinking. Lycanroc Dusk, SD Life Orb +2. That is crazy. 55 to 66. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe I should have just went for the Nightshade, I guess. But either way, I don't think we could have taken on the Tauros after that. So, I should have... Maybe if I had gotten up rocks on the Magneton, then their Rotom would have been nearly dead as well. Because the Magneton just Steel Beam twice. Alright, we got one. They got webs, probably, which won't do anything to us. They also could Toxic stuff, which would be annoying. They have their Crowgonal, but we have ways to do damage outside of boosting with these guys, because they have Haze, you know, but yeah, we got the Orthworm. That'd do plenty of that thing and resist ice. Orthworm's also really good against their Golem. Sableye annoying, but Terra Dark Muck. That's why I have Terra Dark on this. Oh shit, they have Clotzer though. Ooh. What's the best call here? I mean, we could go lead Dipplin, Terra Fairy if they lead Clotzer. Or we lead Orthworm and hope they go for like Aura Sphere. I kind of want to lead this and get up like Spikes. We could Spin Block versus Cryogonal. Alright, they do lead this. No. Alright, so 1 trillion damage. So if they go for Aura Sphere, Muck would resist that. I think we go Dipplin and hope they go for Auras or Water move. Okay, they flip turn. Okay, good. Not great that they can pivot around with this, but okay. Ariados comes out. I think maybe we go Muck and just like knock off stuff. Though if they do get up T-Spikes, we'll have to pivot out and pivot back in to absorb them if we don't want stuff to get poisoned, but I think going Muck and just like knocking things. Also, because they have flip turn, I think that means they don't have Flash Cannon. I think that's usually the one that is like, do you go with it or not? So they have Water Pulse, Dragon Pulse, and Aura Sphere, which means they still have coverage for everything. All right, get rid of their leftovers. This thing could Volt Switch, which would also be annoying. Oh wait, Flash Cannon, Terra Fairy. Ah, that's what it's for. All right, so if we Terra Fairy, we actually kind of take their hits better. And then we go Dipplin. Oh, they just Iron Defense. All right, cool. So we can Giga Drain and 2-hit KO them probably. If we want, we could Terra Fairy to resist. We could also just Dragon Tail just to get them out of here. But I don't really like the idea of bringing in Cloudster. I don't think they're going to switch because they seem like they might. No. They seem like they might just boost, but if they do switch, Dragon Tail would be better. I'm a Dragon Tail. I don't think you stay in. You know what Dipplin does. All right, they did stay in. They did 19%, and we missed our Dragon Tail. All right, that works out for everybody. Let's Giga Drain, knock him out, and heal the full. Pretty close. Definitely good enough. Our Dusclops, it'll be good to spin block. We don't really want to get toxic by this thing. We could go into Dusclops here. Or we just go into the Worm or Muck. Let's just go into Earthworm. Freeze Dry. Is that thing offensive? No, that's normal. Okay. So we can go for Body Slam. Or a Body Press, I think. I know they have the Sableye. But it would do more to this thing. The things that we're scared of, so we definitely Body Press. Cool. Cool, they don't have an item. And I think this time we go into Muck. Or we could even just stay in. You know, let's just stay in. Cool, we resist that. And then we can go for another Body Press, or we could get up a Spike, so then they'd have to Rapid Spin later. Get up a Spike, since this thing can come out. All right. Now they can Will-O-Wisp, Encore. They probably wouldn't Encore, but Will-O-Wisp or Knockoff. We haven't Terra'd Muck, otherwise we could go into it, but you know, or we just go into it. Or we go Camerupt. Or we let Dipplin get burned, because I mean, we don't really need it to be doing a whole lot of damage. I think let's just go Dipplin. Alright. They knock off. Then we can go for... I don't know if we'd want to Terra Muck. So, there's Dragon Tail. Oh, they have Thunder Wave. Okay. Cool. So I don't think they have Will-O-Wisp, unless they have the double status, which I have seen a couple times. Alright, let's go Muck. Poison Jab. Let's knock off an item from something. Maybe we'll kill Golem with knockoff plus a spike. Nope. They could have explosion. Then we go Diplin. Okay, they double into crowd. Oh, all right, we go Dusclops. The Clops is in. Here to spin block. And other things. We can hit him with a curse. Or we just Will-O-Wisp, because like, even if they go Dockspun, we can curse it. Let's just hit him with a curse. Oh, idiot dog. All right, they will Nightshade. Oh, let's go! Klotzer can't come in the Clops. Forced out the idiot dog. All right, we don't want to get knocked. Let's just go into Diplin, then we don't have to get paralyzed either. I mean, we could go Muck at this point. We don't need... It's not a big deal if it gets paralyzed, so... Wow, that did a lot, though. Let's knock off if we can. Spread in yellow color. Okay. We can go for a knockoff again or just Toxic. I think let's try and Toxic if they recover. Oh, let's go! All right, now this is on a timer. That's fantastic. Just knock off again. Their knockoff did way too much damage though. Ariados. Wow, and we're not even getting paralyzed. That's crazy. All right, we get rid of their Sash, which didn't matter at this point. This is the thing we'd actually want to have in here, so I'm just going to knock off. Damn, that does a lot. They're not even in Swarm. I'd go into Dusclops. This thing gets knockoff, though. Let's just go Orthworm. We can Heavy Slam. I think a Terra Dark Muck would be better if we really need it, so... Okay, they sacked the Golem. Could have gotten another Spike. That's all right. And they just scoop it up. Hey, well, that's a pretty fun one. We got to use a little bit of Dusclops, but the team's thickness came through that one for sure. I mean, we got lucky versus the Klotzer, though, I think. Sick. All right, we're finding them. So they've got a Whiscash Hazard Setter. They have no hazard control. They got the Snore. A Snore. But we have Sklops. We have the Dusclops, who could deal with Ursaring. This thing doesn't usually have knockoff, I don't think. Dusclops doesn't learn knockoff. This thing gets knockoff though. I mean, we could leave Crowgonal and just go for a Freeze Dry on their thing. We could go Diplin, go for the Giga Drain versus their thing. Let's do that. We'll just Giga Drain. See if they come back. Alright, in comes Regice. They're here. I was going to credit Dusclops with that win if they didn't come back, but they came back. Let's go Muck. Ancient Power. Not having that. We're going to Toxic. Girder. Why? I was going to knock off. Alright, we'll knock off now. I mean, them being Toxic is kind of nice. We're actually faster too. Alright, that did a lot. Now we go Diplin. Maybe I should have done that first, but them being knocked is also kind of nice. The bear comes in. The thing is, Diplin does too much damage. Also, we're just going to Dragon Tail. Or not does too much damage. Diplin takes 0 damage, is what I meant to say. Okay, Girder comes back in. I mean, we can Growth and then keep doing that. Let's just Dragon Tail, though. Hopefully we don't get Regice. Snore. Yeah, this can Will-O-Wisp. And if they do that, honestly, I don't think it's that bad, so... I'm a Growth. Oh, no way, they have Curse too! Sick. I think we just recover. Actually, we're gonna be forced out. If I recover, we're going to be sitting at 60 or 75%. Let's recover, see what else they have. Oh, all right, they have rest. That's pretty cool. So just spreading them curses. I wonder if there's sleep talk. Could go for a Giga Drain. I don't think we're going to do a whole lot. Let's just go Orthworm. We're just going to be taking too much with the curse on us, so at least we found out they have rest. Do they have sleep talk? They do, and they don't get cursed, thankfully. All right, we're just going to get up spikes. All right, we get spikes. They're gonna... Oh, Shadow Sneak, okay. Well, they just have curse. So let's just get up spikes, let them curse, and then we're going to switch out again. And we actually could go into our own Dusclops and curse them back. So let's do that. Because they're going to rest. Now we're going to curse them. If they curse us... Oh, and they get the sleep talk. Nice. That's kind of hilarious. All right. We are slower than them. I want to Pain Split, but if they curse right now... They'll be lower health than us. Also, they could go into Girder, so I don't think we want to Pain Split. I think we probably want to... Let's go back into Diplin. Okay, the bear comes out. Let's Dragon Tail. This could be Terra Fairy bulk up. We get Regice. They are boots, so the spikes don't do nothing. Magneton is not boots, though. And I like to get in the Camerupts, so let's do it. Let's go! That ground immunity. Now here, I think we just hit, because like, I don't even know if we need rocks, because this is boots. Let's just Earthquake. Yeah. And we are, I'm pretty sure, faster than this. They can't even curse. Actually, no, they can curse. They'll kill themselves, though. So... Well, let's see. Oh no, we are slower, damn it. Okay, so we are slower. Maybe we want to go into something faster then. Is Muck's faster, right? No, but then we'll take the tick damage. I think let's just Earthquake. All right, cool. They knocked themselves out. I'd rather this take the damage is what I was thinking. The curse damage, so. Oh, it's kind of annoying it happens after leftovers like that. All right. Let's go back into Diplin. They do have Defog. I think it's just Giga Drain. If they go Regice, it is what it is, but I thought maybe they wouldn't since we've done the same thing several times, but we can go into Muck or we can go Cryogonal. They do have Focus Blast and they actually have Ancient Power. Let's go Muck. Try and Toxic this maybe, or Haze it if they do that. It's actually Knock maybe because they have the Girder. They also have Magneton, so. Alright. Get rid of their Choice Band. If we Toxic that, that would have not been great. I want to get in the Clops, but let's go Diplin this time. Okay, they Trailblaze. They're getting fast. Yeah, we can't even, if we burn this, they have Guts. So, let's Growth. Cool. Let's Recover. I don't think Guts is boosted by status. If it's status, is it? Non-volatile. I think Confusion is a volatile one, so it doesn't get boosted by that. So then we can Giga Drain. Cool. We get the health back. Magneton comes in. We're not going to be doing very much to this. If I go hard Camerupts, you know, we resist both. Whatever, let's do it. Terra Flying. Okay. But that was analytic boosted, so this next one shouldn't be. Let's hit him with a rock slide. Let's go. We can go Cryogonal if we want. This thing actually could Dragon Dance though. We can go into Clops and heal. Let's do that. And they get up hazards. Pain Split. Hopefully they just get up more hazards. Nice. Yeah, we're gonna Rapid Spin these. They've already Terra'd too. Let's Will-O-Wisp and then let's go Cryogonal. Now we don't have to worry about Stone Edge. And then we'll Rapid Spin. Or we don't have to worry about it as much. And now we can Freeze Dry. I don't think... Wow, all right, we got a crit. I was going to say, I don't think this is too KO'd, but... All right. But Regice can come out. Oh, Magneton comes out. They are boots, right? They were boots earlier, I thought. You know, let's go into... Because we might want to, like, spin again, so... I don't know, let's go Camerupt. They Flash Cannon. We can take that, that's crazy. Let's go for a Rock Slide again. Okay, they're not locked in. I couldn't remember. So I think they are boots, maybe. Let's go to this. Let's go for a Toxic. Okay, Whiscash is probably coming back, but... Oh, Regice comes out. Sick. All right, so that's now on a timer. And Diplin actually, with Terra Fairy, could beat that now. I think we go just for the knockoff. We'll just stay in. Oh, they have Rest. All right. So Rest Talk Ancient Power. Let's go Clops. We can hit him with a Curse. We can beat these sets that want to stay in like this. They get unlucky. Hit him with a Curse. They get unlucky twice. Now they're going to wake up, but we're going to Pain Split. Oh, actually, just switch. So get to heal a little bit. All right, I think we got to sack something here. Do we really need Cryogonal still? It could be nice to have, like, with all those boosters they still have, and the potential for hazards. We hit them super effectively, This thing, yeah. Maybe this is what we don't need. So if we go for a Nightshade, I think I might do more than Curse. And then they're probably in range of whatever. So, and actually just Volt Switch. Cool. I'm glad we didn't switch out. I think this is dead and this can come out and then heal again. But I'm pretty sure this guy, he's got like base 50 HP like the, a lot of those ghost guys do. He's got like pretty bad HP. All right, they Volt Switch out of the game, which is actually the most respectful way to Volt Switch and forfeit at the same time. So nice, that was a pretty good one for Dusclops. Well, I think we'll call it there. I think we're like right at the hour mark, and this has taken a lot longer than an hour because I was trying to test this team beforehand. And the games take a little bit of time. I only was able to find like 2 games beforehand, but it worked okay in the testing games. And the ones we're recording, I'm pretty happy with. Dusclops was decent. It was actually pretty good against those guys that were resting and trying to stay in, you know? I'm still amazed how much that Lycanroc's damage did. That was insane. But I mean, that guy is very strong, but the thing is, he doesn't have a damage boosting ability. It just was Life Orb boosted, and it has base 115 attack and Stone Edge is base 100. So I mean, like all that on top of each other, Life Orb 100, 115 attack. But I mean, we have 600 defense. How? I guess that's our HP maybe. Still, the team though was pretty fun. I don't know if I would have changed anything right away. Like I said, there is weaknesses. I just don't know what to change without giving us another weakness. So yeah, maybe I try it out again sometime, but as far for a spooky team trying to use Dusclops, I'm pretty content with this. So if you're interested in trying it out, I'll put a Pokepaste in the description. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Always fun to use Camerupt. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.